Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for moderator give me time to me to deliver my presentation. But I'm sorry, I cannot show my face because I have some trouble with my webcam in my laptop. So please me introduce myself. I am Ali Hashim Al Rashid, and I have colleague Ms. Liana Fatma Leslie Pratiwi, and this is our research about factor influencing the consumer purchase decision process for packaged rice product in the special region of Yogyakarta, Indonesia. Implementation of the concept of sustainable development. Okay, let's get started from introduction. The government has committed to realizing food security through the implementation of SDGs, or Sustainable Development Goals, where the goal of both is to eliminate hunger. One of the most difficult goals to achieve is to achieve food access for the community. One indicator of food security in Indonesia is the availability of rice, because rice is one of the most consumed staple food product. Rice is a strategic commodity in the special region of Yogyakarta in terms of potential consumer and potential supplier. Condition of demand and supply of rice in the special region of Yogyakarta. The demand side can be seen from the annual per capita rice consumption in 2020, which is 83.4 kilogram per capita per year. Okay, the rice consumed by the community has a different background. Consumers are very diverse from social level, economic level, and others. One indicator of the level of economy is in terms of income. The level of consumer income will provide differences in consumption pattern or can also influence rice purchasing decision. And the type of rice market in the special region of Yogyakarta is a perfectly competitive market. Hence, sellers and buyers can obtain perfect information related to the rice being traded. And the decision to purchase a product made by consumers is influenced by the uniqueness offered by the product, which is in this case is rice to match the expectation of consumer. From some literature, Fergianti and Nangameka in 2018 said that the buying decision-making process is a process where consumers are eagerly willing to buy the product. And Erinda et al. Said that the process that is passed in consumer purchasing decision begins with selection. In the selection of consumer preference that will determine the purchase decision of the product. And Setiawan et al. In 2016 said that consumer in the organic rice purchase decision have through the phases. One is need acknowledgement, data caching, assessing option, buying choice, and post-buy assessment. Okay, the research methodology in this topic is we can see that the respondent of this study were 50 people obtained by volunteer sampling technique based on their willingness to participate in this study. Determination of respondents in this review is dictated by quota sampling, which is an examining procedure by setting a specific number as an objective that should be met in inspecting from the population. And the data collection technique is holding direct question and answer using a list of questions that have been prepared using an online questionnaire with the Google form. And the data analysis method, the factor influencing consumer decision by Likert scale assessment and factor analysis. The factor analysis is used to group several variables in which there are several indicators that affect a component and are summarized into several main components that are more consistent. In this study, factor analysis was conducted through several stages, which were by looking at the value of Kaiser-Meyer-Oakland measure of the sampling adequacy, then by looking at the value in the anti-image metric table. And the next stage in factor analysis is to extract using the principal component analysis method. The last stage is to rotate with the Varimax method to group the indicators into the new factors that are generated. We move in finding and discussion. This is the respondent profile. That majority of respondents came from Sleman Regency and Yogyakarta City. And the most recent educational status of the respondent is bachelor degree or undergraduate education by 68%. And the most of respondents are civil servant or employees of national company with the dominant average income in the range of 2.5 million to 5 million. And based by gender, the majority of our respondents were women with an 88% distribution. Okay, next, the majority of respondents who are consumers of packaged rice have the motivation to buy packaged rice to meet their daily needs is about 64% respondent. Well, for more specific information related to packaged rice, such as rice variation and product prices, most of the respondent obtained from rice trader. So they get the information about product price, rice variation. 48% get the information from rice trader. And the most of respondents have a motivate to buy packaged rice. It's from themselves or internal consumer motivation. And 38%, most of the respondents obtain information on packaged rice from their families. Okay, the other dominant attribute that can affect the purchase decision of rice package are color and durability of rice. And 80% of the 50 respondents choose rice full finish as an attribute of rice in purchasing this product. And respondents who purchase packaged rice according to their needs are 68%. It's related to a previous discussion that the majority of respondents buy the packaged rice to consume or to get daily needs, and 92% of respondents pay with cash money. Okay. In the next finding and discussion that show that if the price of packaged rice increase by 50% of respondents answer that they will still buy packaged rice because this is the basic needs of consumer. So although the price of packaged increase, if the price of packaged rice increase, the majority of consumers still will buy packaged rice. And 66% of respondents feel satisfied with the packaged rice which they buy. Okay, and 90% of respondents will buy packaged rice again because they feel satisfied with the quality of the packaged rice, of the packaging of packaged rice. Okay, we move to the factor analysis that we can see. This is the table of Kaiser-Mayer-Olkin measure of sampling adequacy. We see that the value KMO value met the criteria for factor analysis if it is greater than or equal to 0.5. And based on the result of the analysis KMO value, it can be seen that the KMO value obtained is 0.613. Thus, it is greater than 0.5, and it can be concluded that the indicators used to determine the factor are feasible to use. Okay, we move to the this table that show the new factor formed from the result of the factor analysis process. We can see that this is the step of the factor analysis, and the first, and we can see that we have 4 new factors that affected the consumer purchase decision. The first factor from factor analysis are service and accessibility factor. And the service factor has 4 indicators comprising of affordability, speed of service, transaction facilities, and product availability. And the second factor, you can see the red from the table, scent or aroma, is the price factor and product attribute. There are 4 indicators of price factor and product attribute, which are price, aroma, uniformity, and color. The color indicator, okay, and the color indicator, the uniformity and aroma, indicating that we can see that aroma or scent is the biggest indicator in relation to consumer purchasing decision for the packaged rice. Anang, in his research, said that aroma or scent is a significant attribute factor influencing consumer preference for rice. And the third factor obtained from the factor analysis is the internal factor on consumer and product. The indicators in this factor are cleanliness, income, and product durability. And the last factor is a product promotion factor, which consists of packaging and promotion indicator. Okay, we move to the last part, is conclusion and further research. In the purchasing decision process, consumers of packaged rice go through 5 stages, which are the first is introduction of needs, then information gathering, then evaluation of alternatives, then purchase decision, and after purchase decision is post-purchase. And we can see that from this research, we get 4 new factors which influence the decision to purchase package from factor analysis. The first factor from the factor analysis is the service and accessibility factor. The second factor result from the factor analysis is the price factor and product attribute. And the third factor obtained from the factor analysis is the internal factor of consumers and product. And the last factor is the product promotion factor, which consists of packaging and promotion indicator. The last, we, the authors, would like to thank the Institute for Research and Community Service at Universitas Pembangunan Nasional Veteran Yogyakarta, Indonesia, for providing funds for this research. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you and good afternoon.